It's so frustrating. My hair is a mess. I'm just trying to think. I just felt like I know. Um, I don't think the fighting on either side should be going on. Um, you know, this is part of life. People fight, people get angry, people do this, people do that. People say stupid shit, people do stupid shit, you know. Um, we never know when it's someone's time, and I I don't think people should be, thank you. I don't think people should be being attacked. Is the situation's fucked up? Yes. The situations are fucked up. There's nothing we can do now. No, if I could take back everything I said and everything I did, I would in a heartbeat. And I'm sure that goes with everybody else. Thank you. But I'm not, can I ask what outcome you'd want? I would just want the memorials. The positive lives. You know, I don't think people should be getting attacked. We all say fucked up shit. We all said fucked up shit to someone on this app. Would you want the same grace given to you if you said some fucked up shit to someone and they passed away? It's not even about me. It's just the simple fact. Like, that's just life on life's terms. You know, we're on this app talking shit to people. You know, I got in a fight with Some of my friends, you know, and God forbid something happens to them, right? I have to live with that for the rest of my life. The fight that we had, right? Doesn't take away the experiences I have with that person just because I get in a fight with them. Same with everybody else, right? My best friend Teddy says this. It's not how long you've known someone. You've known for, oh wait, yeah, you've known someone. It's really the impact that they made on your life. It's about the impact that they made on your life. Um, Hair Junkie touched a lot of people, good and bad. You know, I know if something happened to me, I wouldn't want everybody fighting. I wouldn't want that. Hold on. That's crazy, Woody. That's crazy. But I wasn't even reading the comments, but I'm just saying, you never know. I mean, this is a lesson to learn. Can I say, don't take the weight of making everyone stop on you? Huh? I'm trying to make a point. I don't know what you're saying. Am I not making sense? I did just take a anxiety med, so it's not a little bit anxiety. I mean, yeah, at least I tried. You know, uh, right. Yeah, mm, yeah. I'm gonna probably get off here. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not participating in dragging people and hurting them because of past things they said. We all say fucked up shit. We've all done fucked up shit to people. We never know when someone's gonna pass away. I appreciate that, Joyce. That's crazy, Carrie. Hello? Did you see? Oh, fuck, he took her out. In bed without your CPAP. My CPAP's right there. Hello? Oh, that's crazy, Katie. I just wish people would hear me when I say that. Like the whole good morning. Are people falling out from that live? Did the live just end? Okay. Well, pretty much I was just saying, just thought I missed it. I'm going to bed a little bit. Thank you, Katie. That part. Everybody's going way too far. Um, I'm gonna keep saying this for everybody. We cannot, okay, I'll reword that. We have all said fucked up shit to someone on this app. We have all either been in the drama, attacked someone about the drama, picked a side, picked the wrong side, picked the right side, picked the wrong side again, all sorts of different things, right? Stop being friends with someone, be friends with someone, stop being friends all over again, done fucked up shit. People have doxed, people haven't doxed. I've done my fair share of doxing, you know. I can't say I'm a fucking saint, but we never know when someone's gonna pass. And I feel that we need to take this as a lesson, right? And I keep asking for grace. Give people grace. We all talk shit. It's what we do. Mama B, you talk shit. Let me see what else. I don't know if C talks shit, but I assume so. Joyce, you've talked your fair shit. Jess, you've talked your shit. Katie, you've talked your shit. You know, let me go down the list of people. I don't want to say Shiny Penny Ass because she's actually really sweet, so we're not gonna say that. No, Mama B, you've talked your shit. Girl, me and you went at it. You know, and at the end of the day, if something happened to me, God forbid, right? God forbid something happened to me. I wouldn't want people fighting over me. I wouldn't be, you attack Petty for how you treated me. You attack this person for doing this to me. No. Hello? Knock, knock. You're not even requesting. I wouldn't want that. I would just want people to enjoy what they had of me, right?
Lou.
Oh, yeah,
We've never talked before, but listen, I've watched you for a long time, and I just have to say, I think you're in a different place than many of the rest of us. I think you carry a lot of guilt for lost time, but you
right.
have to realize your lost time is because of these people. And that
And I
is what
understand
we
that.
are mad and frustrated about. And as you know, this is the accountability side, and I know Hair Junkie gave grace. I was in all of his lives. I supported him when everybody left him. I mean, there was several of us who stood with him,
Right,
and I think you have to also know that he would have been like he was going through a lot. All of this was a lot for him. He was very frustrated by it. It caused
right,
stress, causes people to have sudden cardiac arrests. It
right,
causes all of your health issues to quadruple in issue. And so we're frustrated. We're frustrated because, you know, this is stress he did not need in his life. He was already under a lot, and we're a lot of us are angry about it. He did not do anything to anybody. He was nice to everybody, and so I know where you're coming from, but I think your attachment to Hair Junkie and his attachment to you was different. You lived in a very special place in his heart. No matter what you did, he still fought for you. And so I think your headspace is much different than many of the others because there was this very special bond between the two of you. I don't know why or how, but he loved you so much. And I think that's why you're taking this stance. But the rest of us are angry and we're mad and we want them to be held accountable for the mean
but the
things they
thing,
did.
the thing is that, and I'm not asking for you guys to do this, but like, you got to hold me to the same standard then. You
Well,
have to,
Blue, you were held to the same standard. You were put on a cross many times. You have to remember that. And you know
right?
what? People gave you grace, and you're right, but it took people a lot of time and you had to go through a lot of punishment before you got to this place. And I think that's part of the reason why you're in a different headspace than the rest is because you've been through it yourself. And in
Mm,
the end, he gave you grace. But he would not have given grace to everybody. He did not give grace to everybody.
right.
Um, and I actually think I think he would have been right here with us, if he was still here today. I think he would have been like, oh, I want to know. Like, that's just how he was.
Right.
And I think it's just because of your very close attachment and his love for you that you don't see it the way the rest of us did because it was y'all were different. It was just a different situation. He loved you probably more than anybody else on this app. Y'all went through it. I mean, and in the end, he still loved you. And I blame all of this drama for the reason why y'all weren't able to completely reconnect, completely solve all your problems. If all of this had not happened, you guys probably would have been able to work out all of your problems and y'all would have been kikiing it up on lives on the daily and things would have been perfect. But instead,
Well,
you took the fall for everything.
well, and that's the thing too. Like, I've, I've, I haven't really talked to like Hallie with everything too. I haven't talked to her, but like, I know deep down, am I angry? Am I upset that a lot of this could have been avoided? 100%, 100%, right? But I forgive Hallie, not for Hair Junkie, but for myself, right?
Right,
But I just know a Hair Junkie wouldn't want me to fight with her, right? I
right.
know a Hair Junkie is probably upset in his own way because things were said on his side, things were said on my side, right? And he accused me of doing that. But I don't know. I understand it's fucked up, right?
Yeah, it is.
All of it's fucked up.
And unfortunately, it's probably not the time. he needs to be laid to rest peacefully. And then I think, I
Right.
hear you. I think everyone
I feel
hears
like it's
you.
way too soon for a lot of people, and
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, everybody deals with trauma differently, as you
right,
know,
right,
and everyone's in a different place. Some people are at
right,
the anger phase, some people are, where you are. And I ultimately wish people could just find some peace until the ceremony, until, his family has their little get together, and then if people want to pick it up after that, then they could. But
right.
I think maybe what you need to say is perhaps, can we just hold this off until after the 24th or 25th?
Yeah. And I'm not trying to like step on any toes, like the man, we just found out that he just passed away,
Yeah.
and um all this back and forth stuff, and this person said that, this person said this person treated him that way. It's We're never gonna get anywhere.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to get anywhere. I think the groups are so divided at this point. And of course, Hair
Right,
Junkie passing has just made it blossom. And now you've
right.
got not the one involved, and he has really no business being in any of this. And his threats to show up to the funeral
Well, he
is,
did say last night, I did talk to him on the live
oh,
last
good.
night,
What'd he
and
say?
he said that he was not going to show up there, and he promised to himself that he was not going to show up there.
Good, good.
Yeah, I did have a talk with him, and he said he was just trolling and that he's not going to do that.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you had that conversation. Yeah, I think people hear you. Obviously, people backed way down as soon as you said it, but I do think at some point it's going to have to be discussed. So
Right,
just know that. And I think part of the problem with you is I think you feel like when people discuss bad things that happen, they think that you get the feeling that it's directed at you. And there is not a person on our side that blames you for any of this, that thinks you had anything to do with any of the bad stuff. I mean, obviously we know y'all had some drama, but Terry
right.
Chunky didn't care. It was you. It's like your child. Your child can do anything in the world. You still love him
But
at the end of the
still,
day, and that's
I
how
just,
he was with you.
I just
We
wish the
all
same
heard
grace
what
was
he had to
given.
say. We all heard what he had to say when you weren't around. You know what I mean? All the good
Yeah,
stuff that he had to say about you online that you didn't get to hear in person. Like, we all heard that.
Right.
right,
So,
I mean, he always said, even when it came to the money situation, he didn't care. It was all forgiven. He was like, but it's Blue, and I love Blue, and I'm always gonna love Blue. And even the people who would talk negative about you, he would turn that conversation around and say
hey Katie.
no. So I just think it. I think for you, it is more like losing a parent or a brother or sister, and for others, obviously not nearly that close. So just know, we all love and support you. We all know Hair Junkie loved you probably more than anybody else on this app. And none of this is directed at you, and everybody's going to grieve. And you're right. We need to take a pause on this until after he's laid to rest. And then if people want to pick it
Right,
up and run with it. But anyways, obviously I can tell you're hurting really bad. It hurts my heart as a parent to see you struggle so much. And I I want you to know you are loved. And you are obviously loved by so many still. I mean, just look at all the people rallying behind you.
right.
So,
I'm like, I do appreciate that. And it's just, I just want to do the right thing in Hair Junkie's name,
yeah, and
even,
you're fighting. I can tell.
Katie, I did want to say to you that you're in the chat. I don't know if you can grab a box right now. I do want to say from obviously this side, this isn't to get you over here. This isn't to do anything shady, but I wanted to make it known that you standing up for what's right last night or yesterday morning. in that situation was the right thing to do. Um, and again, like I hope you don't get like any, you know, any, what's the
Backlash.
word? Yeah,
Backlash.
that word. Um, for, standing up for what's right. A lot of us
Back,
seen that.
backlash, I think is the word you're looking
Yeah,
for.
yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of the
Y-
word.
Yeah, that it it hurt. She broke my heart yesterday. Like, truly.
Cherry? Sorry.
It's okay. Your eyes. I was like, "Who was that?"
Crystal?
I really came up here to say that I honestly feel a little differently. I feel like it should be discussed and gotten over with so that on the day of his celebration, it's over and like people are done with this conversation and he
But it's
is
not
laid
gonna
to
ever be
rest.
over.
I know, but to whatever extent people feel like it needs to be discussed, it needs to end on the day that he is being put to rest, and then we only remember good memories and we celebrate him moving forward. Like, this can't drag on forever.
Well, I think regardless of what happens or comes out, everyone supports Hair Junkie. So this is not a stain on Hair Junkie at all. This is a stain on
Right.
everybody who caused him harm. And I am here to say this caused him physical harm, and it's wrong. And
Hmm.
I think the only problem with all this drama leading up to the funeral is obviously now other people are inserting themselves, and people who did not sit with him, had no attachment, did not know him, and they're putting in their 2 cents, and
Right.
the problem continues to grow. And then you get people like Not the One who, is saying he's going to do this, and then Florida Man is going to show, and so it's like this back and forth fight that just continues to grow and grow and grow. And
Right.
that's my only fear with this escalating before the funeral, because obviously the
Sammy,
family
Hair
Yeah.
Junkie has
is,
passed. Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead, sorry.
obviously the family is at risk of being affected, and that is a problem.
And that's, I think, but one of my biggest issues too, because like when I find out that his sister's in the chat or his brother, or his brother's watching it, and it's like,
Yeah.
can we think about the family just for a second on both sides? You know,
Yeah.
not just their side, our side, you know, can we
Oh
take a
yeah, I'm
step
sure
back?
they're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a complete shit show.
Right.
And they're probably very concerned about what's going to happen the day of. And of
And the
course,
only person we should be really fighting with is the neighbor.
Right. Fuck that bitch.
I wonder if
I
she took
mean,
off those concrete flippers.
honestly, it, she stressed him out more than anybody did.
She truly did.
You
Yeah, I
know,
mean it was a combination of everything. I mean, for sure.
I just I just don't think we should be going back and forth right now. I know people personally that are beating themselves up on certain situations.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
You know, and a lot of the back end stuff, we talk about, people don't see that, you know? And
Exactly. Hmm.
there's people beating themselves up, coming to me and beating themselves up, you know?
But Blue, I think the one person who's beating themselves up the most is you, and I think that is why this is so affecting you. And you've got to find peace. And I think that is part of the reason people are fighting, is because
Right.
this information angers people, because you did. I think there was a thought in everybody's head, did Blue leak it? Because obviously he really thought you did. And he was still willing to forgive you even if you had, but it's very frustrating to know you guys lost valuable time, and it was at the expense of these other people. That's very frustrating.
Sure.
And
Right.
so I think you've got to
And
figure
there
out a
was
way
like
to,
another thing is like, even Katie's in the chat, Katie,
yeah,
I'm sorry, Katie's sitting here saying it in the chat, Katie had a part of the Dachshund situation, and Katie feels horrible. Katie called me crying, and you know, nobody will ever understand, sorry, the relationship that me, Katie, and Hair Junkie had. We had a relationship on the back end, you know, um,
we know. And I think that's why this is so hard for you.
right, and it wasn't, um, people do feel bad, and I just don't, I just want people to understand, like, some of the situations that we're bringing up, like,